God.
Oh, we're fighting already. Sam, we called you. There are so many roads one can take when it comes to the law. See, Sam picked the sexual guy on the back of the cover.
He totally did.
Anywho, when it comes to the law of attraction, so some say you marry yourself, while others say opposites attract.
That's interesting, because I thought we married our fathers.
Oh, that too.
You know, a new book attempts to pull back the curtain, reveal the truth about how we unconsciously try to find the right match. It's called Why Him, Why Her? Finding Real Love by Understanding Your Personality Type. We have the book's author, Helen Fisher, and the scientific advisor for the website, chemistry.com. So you know what you're talking about, Helen.
I'm trying, absolutely.
Well, and this is about social anthropology, right?
I'm a biological anthropologist.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I've put 49 people who are madly in love into a brain scanner and watched what happens in the brain when you fall in love. But now with this book, I wanted to find out, why does that brain system become, lit up with some...
schizophrenia? The same kind of behavior? Can you compare it to anything, the falling in love to?
Yes, it's like a cocaine high. As a matter of fact, the same brain region becomes active when you feel the rush of cocaine. But, you know, romantic love lasts a lot longer.
So in the long run, wouldn't it be easier and cheaper just to hook up with a dealer? He doesn't walk away with half your house, and
So is there...
I think you do. You're constantly going back to your dealer, but it's a different kind of dealer, you know.
So let me understand this, because we always think of love being such an emotionally driven thing, but you're talking about the brain, which we think of as a far more logical organ than the heart or other
well,
things
everything
that
is the brain. I mean, the heart's basically a muscle that pumps, but it's the brain that, you know, governs what we do, what we think, what motivates us. But what I wanted to find out is why that chemistry. I mean, why do you say, you know, well, we had chemistry, or we had no chemistry? And, I mean, there's a lot of psychological reasons that you fall in love with one person rather than another. I mean, your background, your educational level, your interests, your values, etc. But what about that chemistry? And so I looked at the biology of the brain, and I think we've evolved for very broad personality styles.
You have 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
And what are those 4 personality
I call them
styles?
the explorer, the builder, the director, and the negotiator, associated with the brain chemicals dopamine, serotonin, testosterone, and estrogen. We are all a combination of all of them, but we have personalities.
Can you break them down just briefly? The explorer is...
they express dopamine, novelty-seeking, risk-taking, curious, creative, energetic.
That's
Not you, Sam Rubin.
2-hour nap.
That's not adventure.
Yeah, he loves to take naps.
You could
loves
be.
to drive
You
slow.
could be.
Okay, so then after the explorer is...
The builder.
Builder. I think I'm a builder.
Serotonin. They're traditional, conventional, cautious but not fearful, calm, social, popular, managerial. They're very good at loyal, conscientious.
You are the builder. Okay, that's
A director.
A high testosterone. Could be women as well as men. They tend to be analytical, logical, direct, decisive, tough-minded, exacting, good at math or actually music, which is a spatial skill.
Our producer, Kalina, I think, is a director.
That would be a person who would be in.
And then last but not least, the negotiator.
They express estrogen. And by the way, football players express a lot of estrogen as well as testosterone. You can be high on both, low on both. They are, see the big picture? They are imaginative, intuitive, compassionate, altruistic, verbal skills, people skills.
So knowing what we are, how do we know what to look for?
I was going to say, are there 2 that are like oil and water? And
yes, I mean, there are some.
Who should never go with whoever?
On chemistry.com, I looked at 28,000 people. 7 million people have taken my questionnaire in 39 cultures, and so I can watch who's drawn to whom. The explorer type is really drawn to people like themselves. They want somebody to go adventuring with them. And it's not just climbing mountains. They might want to go to the theater all the time or to the movies. They want to hop up and go, and they want somebody to go with them. So explorers go with explorers, generally speaking.
And builders.
Traditional. They want traditional.
So
they got to have
themselves.
loyal, conscientious. Yes, those 2 types similarity attracts, but opposites attract when it comes to testosterone and estrogen. The high testosterone sort of needs the compassion and the verbal skills and the people skills of the high estrogen, and vice versa.
And does this work cross-culturally, too? I'm curious.
I have looked in 6 other of my 39 cultures, and so far, absolutely. Gay, straight, old, young. And it's because I think from a Darwinian perspective, they're trying to do different kinds of things. I mean, 2 very traditional people are going to be very successful at raising babies.
Well, listen, we could talk with Helen Fisher for the rest of the day. Very interesting.
We probably should.
Why him?
I'm going to a construction site right after this to find me a builder.
KTLA.com/@9. Helen,
Thanks,
this has been so fascinating.
Thank you.
What a pleasure.
Come back.
Thank you.
Oh, my
Nice to meet you. Yes. Oh, I think we're going to check in now with our resident biker chick, Allie McKay.